So Guten Tag and Seti, hi. I'm speaking to Mo, who is kind of going full circle in a way. We're in Marrakech right now. You were part of the Atlas Labs last year. And I want to say a film like this probably takes a lot of people, a lot of organizations to support it. The producers on board are the ones that give us the film joy. What was that process like, the difficulty of mounting the project before even getting to even the Atlas Labs?
I think, like with this film, I could say was the easiest film that I've ever made in my life. In the sense that, I mean, when it comes to convincing people, I think, because our producers, like I wrote the script, the first draft of the script in 2018, not really thinking about whether to make the film or not. So it was like, okay, I wrote it, I will leave it like that. And my producers, we came together like in 2021 or something like that, and I was about to make that time my last short film. I was like, let's work together, and they were like from the get off, like on board, like with everything, like because that was clear. Okay, we have the script here. We want to shoot a film in Somalia. We want to shoot it like that period of time, like 3 months in Somalia, with a local crew and local people. So it was like okay, let's do it, And then it was all about for me finishing my short film and then knowing like okay, that then the next will be now this, and now we have this process like writing another draft of the script, and then it was already 2022. I was busy with a short film also at the same time, and then everything went really fast, like in terms of edits and all that stuff. So it really went smooth and fast, and yeah, we shot the film then in 2023. So I think the process of making this film was really, really easy.
Wow.
And I hope, I always say that I hope we didn't use all our life in this film.
So I'm watching a film like this, and I'm thinking more along the lines of how you presented it. Like Hollywood and news media really do a great job at peddling a certain narrative or a certain image of a zone or a conflict or a country. Was one of your first goals to sort of have a counterpoint to what Western audiences might think of the country? Was that one of the ideas that you had at the onset, or really was about the story, the narrative, and you re-exploring your own country?
I think it was more than anything else, it was just showing things the way normally they are in that country, which happens to be the counterpart of what's shown in the media and maybe in Hollywood films. So that was easy in a way, and even like in a way that was where the motivation of writing the script came from, like realizing that there are some stereotypes in the minds of the people, to the point that I also questioned myself, because I was born in Somalia, I grew up there, like, am I missing something? And the reason of writing the script was basically to convince myself that this is not, what I know is really the truth, in a way. That's why I was not thinking about making the film or not, in that sense. So that was not important, it was like just writing for myself. So yeah, I mean, that was the motivation, but without even trying.
Yeah.
In a way, yeah, without even trying, because it's like clear, Yeah.
I love the DNA of the character of Mamargad. He's got his heart in the right place, despite all the consequences and the actions that he takes. In an interview, you mentioned something about dedication and also the idea of brotherhood and sisterhood. Like this clan system essentially helped keep this country intact. But if that weren't the case, if people weren't supporting each other in that type of structure, what would Somalia potentially look like today from your grasp of the situation, in a political sense, in an economic sense, if people didn't band together in the way that they do?
I think they will survive, of course. They didn't do that, and I think the only reason. The thing is also that sometimes you think about like we have like Somalia has this clan system, which is really like a system, like a functional system in a way that was there for centuries. And then, of course, this state system came to us through the colonization, and it's like less than 100 years ago, 100 years ago. I mean, independence is like even less than, I think 70 years, 74 years, something like that.
It's fun looking at the
It's
wicked...
not even 70 years, it's like 64 years, you know? So I think we already had a system. It's not like that there was nothing there and, people were like
aimless or
wild and doing whatever. So this system was already there.
Yes.
I would say maybe I don't know, but I'm sometimes like maybe the problem is like having this new system and trying to fit in with that other system,
Yeah.
So it's not. So maybe instead of thinking like throwing away what was there and trying to take this new thing that's there for 64 years and fit it in with it, maybe we should try to throw away this new one and try to see, the things that already work, and that's still working, and the reason is why people are surviving.
Yeah.
It's not so I think I mean people did that, and I think it's not only Somalia. I think in many also other African countries.
For sure.
It was in a way the same thing, and that's why I believe that maybe it's if I could exaggerate that is I think Somalia is the only country that will survive this doomsday today, because I don't see any other country that would survive without this so-called system. A week or a month, forget about 30 years.
The look and how
the poverty.
You don't drain out the colors. You don't bring misery. You use a template that is vivid and vital and living and breathing and.
The thing is that when we were making the film, it was all about what we don't want more than what we really want, because what we want, sometimes up to certain points, of course, but what we don't want, we knew that, and that was the most important thing in every phase of the film. Whether it's like, we don't want a crew from Europe, we want a crew from Somalia, and if we don't find people from the region, like what you don't want. In terms of the colors you talked about now, it was like what we don't want, the stereotypical colors of films that are made about other people in countries that are like supposed to be hot, whether it's like Africa or Latin America, where everything is yellowish and orange, and people look like orange or yellow, So we knew that we don't want that, and the rest was like so let's say we come to a location, because all the locations of the film are really real locations. I was like, are there the colors that we don't want? No. Then we shoot it the way it is, And in most cases, I think 90%. I don't think we 95% was exactly like it's not the colors that we don't want, which is basically then shows you how it is really.
Yes.
So when you see that, it is how it is there. It's not that we like I
you didn't dress it. You didn't have to paint it.
Yeah, I think the only place we painted was the house, inside the house.
Yeah.
And then we because there was no it wasn't painted at all. So we painted, and then we actually killed the paintings, in the sense that we did some things with it. Other than that, everything that you see is the way it is.
Great.
So we didn't even try, it's how it is.
I couldn't help but feel for Fraction. I was thinking of Kadar Ahmed's The Gravedigger's Wife. Somalian cinema is helped internationally with a lot of co-production coin. What does working in a non-filmed ecosystem, are you dependent on the magic of the moment when you created this film? Meaning, like, you had to shoot quick. You had to well, not necessarily shoot quick, but you had to not improvise, but you had to be really in the moment. Working in Austria, let's say as an example, everything would be set up. So, did you feel as if there was like this magical element to having to shoot in those conditions in a traditionally non-film country?
Yes, I think that in a way that was also the goal to shoot this film, you know, to be there and make the film, and not the opposite, to make the film and be there.
Yes.
So of course that's why also we needed that time, you know, to have that time, okay, to be open, okay, to even not see the locations, because a lot of the times we would see the locations in that morning when we are shooting the film. We didn't even know how the locations look like, you know. We'll give you an example. The last scene of the film, when she opens the shop, forget about like the location. We didn't even knew where we should put, even though it's an exterior location.
Yeah.
We didn't even know where we should put the shop.
Wow.
You know, so it was like we came there and was okay, this is the location, and it was like, okay, where is the sun? And you know, okay, we cannot put it there because we have to shoot this like in the next 4 hours. You know, like the first part of the day. We don't want, you know, because if the sun is like here and like, so it was like, okay, then the sun is there, you know, it's coming from there, okay. We want you know, the shop has to face that direction, and you know, the camera should be there. So that was the process. The shop was not even there, and then we built the shop exactly at that moment. You know,
yeah.
Everyone's coming, everyone's doing. Like I have a video now. I was watching the other day, a behind-the-scene video, literally, and seeing like everyone working on it, like the casting director taking some plastic from the ground and throwing away, me trying to with the rest of the coffee that we had, trying to make the wood of the shop look a little bit older,
tarnished,
someone else doing something else, you know. So that was the process, you know, everyone in a way helping everyone, and taking the time, but at the same time having the confidence, like, okay, if it doesn't work today, we will do it tomorrow.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure out. We'll shoot tomorrow again, and no problem. And I think that's also thanks to the producers also, who allowed this process. And, and said, okay, you know, you want that many days, okay, then you know, then go for it. So I think what you said is really true. Like, this film it is what it is. Because we wanted to be honest and authentic to the moment that we are. Although we have, of course, a script that's bound, and you know where you are going. But within that, you know, we were like, we were at the present and making the film. Yeah.
Well, congratulations on your directorial debut, and I hope that this methodology that you employed here transfers itself into your next work. So
I hope so.
Thank you very much, Mo.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, this is Eric from IONCINEMA.com. If you want to support us, subscribe below. For more reviews, interviews, film festival coverage from Sundance, Cannes, Toronto, you want to check out these guys on this side.